Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. And I was visiting my family in Wisconsin, and I just wanted to bring you along on a special outing that we had. My parents, nephews, and niece and I packed some sandwiches and snacks and ventured out on a little excursion to Door County. Now, Door County is a peninsula between the Bay of Green Bay and Lake Michigan. And if Wisconsin is a hand, Door County is the thumb. One of the biggest draws to Door County is their abundance of cherry orchards. Each summer, tons of people flock to the area to go cherry picking. And even though I grew up nearby, I actually don't recall ever going, so it was a first-time experience for me. The first orchard that we went to was called Cherry Lane Orchards. Upon check-in, they give you some buckets and general information, and the cherries are actually sold by the bucket, not by weight, so we made sure to fill them extra full. With our pails in hand, we headed out into the orchard. They had these adorable red painted wooden ladders all over the orchard, and you just kind of grabbed one and started picking. It was an extremely hot day, but I think we picked a good time because the cherries were just perfect and not too picked over yet for the season. This orchard specialized in tart cherries, which is probably the most common type that you'll find in Door County. It was a really great family activity and something a little bit different to do in the summer rather than just sitting inside in the air conditioning. I think my nephews and niece really enjoyed seeing their buckets fill up quickly too. After the buckets were filled, we went to check out and pay, and of course, we had to wash our hands from all of the cherry juice that had dirtied them. We also wanted to get some sweet cherries just for eating fresh. The guy manning the booth at Cherry Lane Orchards recommended a place nearby with sweet cherries, so we headed there next. Soren's Valhalla Orchards was quite a big farm. They had rows upon rows of trees, just overflowing with the plumpest and sweetest cherries that you can imagine. We came at the perfect time. The workers encouraged us to eat as much as we could while we were out picking, and of course, we obliged. One in the bucket, one in the mouth. That was sort of the motto for the day. And the cherries were ever so slightly warmed from the sunlight and just bursting with flavor. Farm fresh at its finest. After spending a few hours in the hot sun, we needed a little something to eat and drink. We found this really nice little beachfront park in Sturgeon Bay and enjoyed our sandwiches and drinks in the shade. one last stop before heading home, and this was to a pier on Lake Michigan. And in case you didn't know, Lake Michigan is really, really big, like so big that you can't even see land on the other side. Now, although the water isn't a tropical blue color like the sea, it was actually surprisingly very clean and clear. And my nephews are absolutely obsessed with fishing, so of course they had to cast their line to see if they could catch a bite. No luck this time though. After a hot day in the sun, we returned home and decided to make use of those tart cherries we had picked. My nephews and niece used this little cherry pitting device to remove the pits, and we made a really quick and simple dessert. It basically consisted of a graham cracker crust with a layer on top of cream cheese and a whipped cream mixture that had hardened in the fridge, and we topped it with some cherries that had been simmered in a pot with some sugar and a little cornstarch for thickening. And once it cooled, it was added to the top of the dessert. Even if you can't visit Door County, I hope this inspires you to explore an area near you that you haven't seen before. Sometimes we forget that there are so many great opportunities right in our own backyards. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it immensely. And feel free to subscribe and like this video if you'd like to see more in the future. Thanks!